Chapter 30, Settlement. It was past 8 o'clock in the evening, and the temperature had dropped to a very comfortable 28 to 29 degrees Celsius after more than a month of high temperatures. Experiencing such a relief from the heat, the group felt their spirits lift, and their pace quickened involuntarily. Wow, it finally cooled down. Oh my God, the temperature is so pleasant today. I was about to melt from the heat. God bless us, I hope every night from now on is as cool as this, and it would be even better if the daytime was this cool too. Seriously, it can't get any hotter. We'll be roasted alive. Is it finally over? Has the heat wave passed? People chatted excitedly, their joyful spirits evident. The quiet streets became lively. Beep beep beep. Just as everyone was celebrating the temperature drop, strong white lights suddenly appeared in the city ahead. We've arrived. We've reached the safe zone in the provincial city. We're safe now. The safe zone in the provincial city is right ahead. The people at the front shouted loudly as they rushed toward the white light ahead. The news that the safe zone was nearby quickly spread backward through the crowd. Soon, the sound of horns reached them. Dear citizens, this is the safe zone in the provincial city. Everyone has traveled a long and hard journey. Please wait in your current positions. Soldiers will arrange for your entry into the safe zone. Please remain calm and avoid crowding. Everyone will have the opportunity to enter the safe zone. The announcement from the loudspeakers repeated again and again. A green military truck slowly appeared in front of the crowd, carrying 4 or 5 fully armed soldiers with live ammunition. Seeing the actual military presence, the migrating crowd finally felt at ease. With the announcement from the loudspeakers, the front of the crowd gradually settled down. Some people kept walking forward, while others sat down where they were, quietly awaiting the soldiers' instructions. Observing the situation ahead, Zhang Ran realized their position wasn't too far back. There were probably 100 or 200 people ahead of them, so they would reach the safe zone quickly. As a result, the 5 of them sat down where they were. Ji Qinglan plunked himself down on the ground and took a sip of water from his bag. We've finally reached our destination. Things should be stable from now on. Taking a bite of his bread, Guansong spoke casually, the safe zone in the provincial city is heavily guarded by troops. It should be safe inside, and we shouldn't have any problems getting by. Ji Qingcheng was also in high spirits. I wonder if there's water, electricity, and gas in the safe zone. It would be great if we could take a comfortable shower. Seeing everyone so optimistic, Ji Qinglan hesitated for a moment before adding. Don't get your hopes up too high. We've all seen what happened along the way. Many streams and rivers have dried up, and food has rotted and gone bad. Zhang Ran added, crops in the fields aren't growing. If the whole world is in the same situation, after regional food reserves are exhausted, the next step is famine. Famine. Yu Zioan worried, it can't get that bad, can it? The authorities will find a solution. Ji Qinglan shook his head, if it were just extreme heat without the threat of evolved creatures, perhaps the authorities could manage. But based on what we've experienced along the way, it's clear to all of us that the future might not be as optimistic as we hope. Hearing Ji Qinglan and Zhang Ran's analysis, Guansong realized the severity of the situation and frowned. Once we're in the safe zone in the provincial city, we must gather as many supplies as we can, especially clean drinking water. Ji Qinglan nodded repeatedly. If there really was a famine, he would be starved to death with how much he'd eaten on the way, right? Their conversation was held at a normal volume, and they didn't deliberately hide it. Other migrants around them heard their discussion. Some began to take it seriously, while others thought the group was unnecessarily pessimistic. Someone scoffed, "Don't make things sound so exaggerated. The national food reserves are enough to feed the entire population for years. How could a famine happen?" "Yeah, right. Don't believe their exaggerations. They just want to spread fear and anxiety. Are you trying to calm yourselves down by scaring us?" G. Kingland retorted with confidence, "We're having a private discussion. It's none of your business whether you believe us or not. And if you're eavesdropping on someone else's conversation, you're the one without shame." Uzion reminded, "You seem to have forgotten why our city's military mobilized the entire population for migration. The economic losses caused by such a massive migration are immeasurable. Do you really think it's only because of the high temperatures?" G. Kingland's words left the others speechless. While everyone understood the situation at hand, no one wanted to admit it. Caught between the comfort of peace and the struggle for survival in a post-apocalyptic world where even their lives were uncertain, many preferred not to face the reality, clinging to the belief that the authorities could restore everything to how it used to be. Zhang Ran murmured, "More than half of the provincial city has been abandoned, leaving just one safe zone. Can you really go back to the peaceful and harmonious society of the past?" When the stark truth was laid bare before them, some chose to believe, while others chose to continue deceiving themselves. "Absurd. I won't fall for it. You guys are definitely scheming behind our backs." After a while, the sound of arguing from the front woke Zhang Ran up. She stretched lazily and looked in the direction of the commotion. A woman in her 20s and a middle-aged woman in her 50s were fighting over a grey backpack. The woman angrily shouted, "Let go, you old hag! This backpack is mine!" The middle-aged woman was stronger than the younger one and held onto the backpack tightly. With equal gusto, she retorted, "Are you even reasonable? You came out of nowhere to snatch my bag, and now you're claiming it's yours. Everyone, come and see. This is outrageous. You're bullying an old lady." Hearing the dispute, others gathered around. Some people sided with the older woman. "I just saw it. You clearly came over to snatch the bag from the old lady. How can you still turn the tables like this? That's right. Why are young people these days like this?" The woman was indignant and quickly tried to prove that the backpack was hers. "You say it's your bag, then do you know how much it costs, what brand it is, and where it was bought?" As soon as she said that, everyone turned their attention to the middle-aged woman. Since the bag belonged to her, she would surely know the answers to these questions. A guilty look flashed across the middle-aged woman's eyes. She defended herself boldly, "Of course I don't know. My daughter bought me this bag. So what do you think I can afford such a good bag at my age?"